Hey there, Lise here from Hustle and Groove, and in this video I just want to walk you through a few different prompts that can really help you in your business, help you if you're just at the beginning, but also help you once you've got an idea of who you're serving and what you're offering. So these prompts are what I call starter prompts, and then as we go through them, you're going to see how I would expand on them. So the first starter prompt, I'm just going to go with the default because I know some of you won't be paying for ChatGPT. So I'm just going to go with the standard one that you get if you use the free version. So you're going to see that I like to call Chatty. And that's just because I just like to speak to this as if I'm speaking to a real person. It's pretty much how I do everything in my business, right? So whenever I'm sitting down to craft any type of content, I immediately imagine that I'm talking to someone. It makes this process infinitely easier. So feel free to use Chatty if you want, or whatever version of that you want for yourself. So this very first one is for you if you are kind of in a space where you're just like, I don't even know what business I want to start. I don't even know what I could do. So this really just helps you get a little bit of clarity. So there are two things here that you're going to fill in. So you're going to say, hey, Chatty, I'm passionate about, and then whatever you're passionate about. And it literally could be, it could be anything. So if you love working with horses, for example, and you think that you might want to do a business around that, but you have zero ideas what that would look like, put that here. So that's what I would say. The caveat to this would be, if you are wanting to start a business, but you're not sure what that might be, then start with what you thought it might be, right? Like what you really want to do. Don't just put randomly the things that you're passionate about unless you do want to make some money utilizing them. Okay, so that's kind of how this works. So I'm going to say I'm passionate about gardening, specifically herb gardening. And my skills are, so this is where you share either the skills that you do in your day job, right? The things that you can just do with your hands tied behind your back, or any specific skills that you've gotten degrees around, that type of thing. So I'm going to come in here and just say, and my skills are, I'm an excellent teacher, coach, and inspirational speaker, right? Let's just say that that's what it was. I want to start an online business. Can you provide me with 10 different business ideas? And then we just let ChatGPT take that information. Now, what I want you to know and understand is that when you're using any type of AI tool, the response you get is only going to be as good as the prompt that you use to start with. So here is what Chatty is telling me might be a good place for me to start. So just some different business ideas. So the first one is online herb gardening course. You can create a comprehensive course on herb gardening and sell it online. Quite like that idea. Herb gardening coaching, herb gardening books, herb gardening blog, herb gardening YouTube channel, right? So you can see here that whatever you put in the passion component is largely going to dictate the output. So if you have multiple things that you're passionate about, put multiple things in there and you will get multiple outputs. So now that you've kind of got this is great. What you might like to do further is narrow it down. So pick one or two things that you might really like. So for example, I like the idea of a subscription box. I've actually always wanted to do something. And so I go, thanks, Chatty. I really like this idea. And then drop it in. And then I would like to put kind of quotation things around it. Then what I would do from here is, particularly if you're really kind of at the start, can you help me come up with 5 buyer personas for this type of offer? And then what it's going to do is help you figure out who kind of your ideal people are. And within that, you might find the people that you actually want to get in front of, right? So whenever we're presenting our offers, we want to really think about who is this offer really specifically for. So as you can see here, it's given me 5 different people. Now, typically you're going to pick kind of 1, maybe 2 from this list. So we have the beginner gardener, the culinary enthusiast, the busy professional, the sustainable living advocate, and the gift giver. Pick the persona that you most resonate with, because you're going to easily be able to talk to them. And then once you've kind of got your persona, now you can start to kind of outline what this might look like, how you might go about finding content, all of those things. Now you can continue to use Chatty in this space if you wanted to. You could continue to ask it questions based on, if you go with a particular buyer persona, what might their pain points be? So let's just grab that one. So let's say the busy professional is, who is your ideal? Thanks, Chatty. My ideal buyer persona is, and then you say that. And then I say, can you help me come up with the main pain points for this buyer persona? And then it's going to tell you what this specific persona might be struggling with. And then that's how you can start to map out the copy for your sales page, your emails, that type of thing. Like, it gives you kind of that next step. And then you can just continue to ask questions, whatever comes up as you're going through this, about what you need to know to be able to start to develop what it is that you're doing. So that's how you might expand on that very first starter prompt, which was, hey Chatty, I'm passionate about, and here are my skills. What online, I want to start an online business. What different business ideas can you give me? Okay, so now that we have this, let's think about some other different starter prompts that you can build on. So let's go and grab the next one. So I'm going to start a new chat for each starter prompt that we're using. So for this one, it is, hey Chatty, and then you're going to say what you do. So now that you might be someone who already knows what you do, and you know what your offer is, and now you want to come up with 3 target audiences that you could help with this offer. So you could also call them buyer personas here, but I like target audience for this specific starter prompt. So I'm going to say, I am a dog trainer, and my offer is a dog training boot camp. Can you come up, actually, let's go a dog training 30-day live boot camp. Can you come up with 3 target audiences I could help with this offer? And it's pretty much going to buyer personas. So target audiences, buyer personas, right? Like whatever that is. So this is the scenario if you already know what you do, you already have an offer, but you're struggling to think about who might be a really good fit for this. So you can see there's new dog owners, you can see there's busy professionals, and owners of problematic dogs. Now, if you have a much more detailed version of this bootcamp, so if you can put in the result that someone is getting, you might get even better options here. But then from here, what I would do is go, you know what? I'm going to target new dog owners. This is the dog owner. These are the dog people. This is who this is really for. I'm just going to go, thanks, Chatty. My ideal target audience, I can't spell, is, can you help me come up with the main pain points they have? And then it's going to give you some really good pain points from here. And you can just, like I said, continue to keep expanding on this, continue to keep going, okay, what more information do I need to know in order to be able to get in front of this audience? So the other thing that you could do is you could go, thanks, Chatty. Can you give me some ideas about how I could market my 30-day boot camp to this target audience? particularly if you're kind of struggling around what that will be. Now, this is just going to be very high level, but it's going to give you some ideas, and then you can just continue to expand upon that. Okay, so the third starter prompt that I want to give you is going to be this one. And again, I'm going to start a new chat for this process. Okay, so in this scenario, we are looking for the top pain points for your audience. So this is if you're wondering what your next offer might be. What could you help them do? Or if you do have an idea of the offer, you can do the exact same thing. You can be like, I have this offer. What are the pain points? Okay, so you can come in here and say, I am, and let's use the dog, a dog trainer, and my audience is new dog owners looking to train their new dogs. Can you provide me with the top 10 pain points for this audience? So then it's going to give us a whole bunch of different scenarios. So if you're wondering what to do, you could literally take each one of these individual pain points and do mini courses around them, or a training on it, a live workshop, something in person. That's how you can kind of extract this out. So then you could say, thanks, Chatty, for each of the pain points, what type of online offer could I create for them? And then let Chatty come up with some additional ideas. So I love this. Like, it just gives you some ideas. So you can see here that it's saying you could do a step-by-step guide. You could develop an online course, training program, another course, coaching program, webinar or workshop, another training program, online course. And why this is important to understand what Chatty is telling you here is you can kind of see the level for each kind of offer in that potty training. Maybe this is just, it doesn't need like a big course around it. Maybe just a guide is enough with maybe some really small videos. So hopefully this makes sense. And this is, I love Chatty. It's just giving you ideas. The point is that when you're using this, is that you see something and then you take it further, right? This is how you can use AI. It allows you to get your cogs moving in your brain so that you're not staring at a blank page having to come up with all the things. This literally gives you things to respond to. So I hope that you found this helpful. This is just a really short training that I wanted to do for you, and I'm going to drop the prompts below this video, so the starter prompts, so that you've got them. Feel free to screenshot, do whatever it is that you need to do. But my point is, your responses will be as good as the prompts that you put in. The more information that you give Chatty, the better the response. That is my biggest tip for you. Okay, lovelies, have an amazing rest of your day, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon. Take care.